This is going to be some raw footage of me trying to do a boss in Silksong. I've gotten pretty far in a couple of introductions to my gaming experiences. I've never done any type of real streaming or recording, so this is going to be a little rough, but really this is just to kind of showcase to mostly a friend of mine who is interested in maybe playing this game. He did the original Hollow Knight. Prevailing theory is he's not really looking so much into it because, well, the movement is a lot different than the original Hollow Knight, and he's a little worried that it's a little too drastic. One of the things that I can definitely say about the game so far is it feels more challenging from the onset, and I think that it does carry the difficulty curve up from the original Hollow Knight. But I also don't think that it's as bad as people make it out to be. I think that the Team Cherry group has done a good job at trying to balance this. Yes, they've done a balancing patch at this point since the recording to make it a little bit easier, but I was doing this pretty early on before that patch and kind of saw the same thing. As far as just, you know, I didn't think that it was really overly difficult even pre-nerfs. I can tell you that if you're watching this, obviously spoilers if you're getting anywhere, this is the map that I've discovered so far. I've been playing this blind. I'm not looking anything up. The intent is to try to do this as pure as possible, and I've just been trying to explore as things open up, and I tend to go back when I get an upgrade to go and see if there's other stuff I can find. So in any case, I am in Hunter's March. You can't see where I'm quite at, but I'm trying to go up to this very top section in Hunter's March to fight a mini boss that has been killing me. So we're going to do a recording of this. It's going to go poorly, but yeah. So I throw a couple of traps out because I know if I can take these guys out pretty quickly, should make it go a lot easier. And you'll notice that I'm running away a lot. A lot of the game is very much around movement. I had a little delay on my controller. I'm dead. Yeah. These bigger enemies will take 2 hits off of your life bar every time that you get hit. So you really have to play it pretty cautiously to that end. And that is just what it is, but I also think that you've got to be a little aggressive in your movements, and you've got to be a little aggressive in your attack patterns. These things, you know, you want to control the fight, and she's a lot faster, and I feel a lot more skilled than the Hollow Knight was, so you should use that to your advantage. You'll notice that I'm using, let's see if I can show this. I am using currently the Hunter Crest. I've seen some people use the Wanderer Crest or even the Reaper crests. These crests are a little bit more like the original Hollow Knight, a regular down pogo instead of the diagonal pogo that you've been seeing. And then I also have some setups here for Druid's Eye. As the bear takes damage, it'll form into Silk. Extra shards because I've been farming those a little bit, and then recoil less when I strike and won't be flung as far when I take damage. It just makes it a little bit easier. And then I've also got these sting shards right now. I feel like they're pretty decent for this fight. I've seen, you know, some use case with this that I've done was doing okay. I haven't tried this, and really haven't really done much of this, or even the Flea Brew. They all have various benefits, and really it's, I think, important to just play to your personal play style, but some encounters are just best to be using certain tools from what I've been able to gather. Most flying enemies I find just get completely wrecked by this Sting Shard, and I'm kind of trying to see if I can take both of these enemies out a little bit faster by having them get hit a few times. So. Well, that was a bad attempt. I also feel like my controller is a little delayed. I usually don't play on my PC. Recording, I generally play on my Steam Deck instead, but I feel like I'm getting a little bit of a delayed input, so we may have In any case, that's, you know, kind of where I'm at. We'll see if I can get through this. Probably not as much talking for the next little bit as I do a few attempts, but playing is not my strong suit, for sure. Get underneath that enemy. Really messed up the beginning there. Just trying to kind of bait the big guy into some certain swing patterns. I'm also running out of these shards, so I'm going to break a few of these just to give myself a few more. So I'm going to need a full set of sweet of these, so I'm going to rest. See that in the upper left underneath my health bar. May farm a few as well, just to kind of get things moving. This ant coming down. Try to fill up my silk bar. I have found that a lot of enemies, especially airborne enemies, tend to do really, really poorly when attacked from below, but be careful with that strategy. There are a few enemies in this game that will completely destroy you. Try to use them too much. There are better areas to farm for those shards, just as an FYI. That was a mistake. Got a little greedy. One of the bigger complaints with the game is that the tools cost so much to... They do cost a lot to use, so some people feel like they should lower the cost or just not have a cost at all. I think really what they're trying to get folks to do is explore a little bit more rather than just relying on the same old thing. If you're hitting a wall, sometimes it's best to just move on and go someplace else. This is probably a little bit more beyond my skill. I imagine that there's a way to upgrade my my weapon. I just have not figured out where that's supposed to be. In any case, back to lunch for me. We'll pick this up later.